it's David Custom Reports from Atera.com. First, we need to log into the Atera.com website. Then we need to go inside Admin API. Now let's look into the API key. So this is our API key. We need to copy it. Now let's go into the documentation. Here we can see all the databases available: agent, alert, billing, context, customer, customer list, device, knowledge base, rates and ticket. Here only few of the database make sense and which can be used into our data dashboard. So first we'll be using agent, ticket, customer and contact. First to get the data for the API, we need to use the authorization key. So once we have authorized it, now we can go inside agent, and from here when we give try it out, it gives a curl command. This curl command can be converted into the Python code using request package, which will be discussed later. So once we run this curl command, we will be getting an output like this. So this output can be used later. So first now this is the code we'll be using to extract the data from the API. So all these code are similar. Simply to explain this, we'll be using the package from request and we'll be giving the URL, and we'll be initializing headers. The accept key it has application JSON, and x-API-key has the authorization key. From using the get function, we'll be giving the URL headers as input, and we'll be getting the JSON file. Once we get the JSON file using pandas, we'll be normalizing the JSON file under the data of items. So when we see here, the items is a list which has a tree in it. So under the items list, we'll be taking all the values inside it, and we'll be taking the required columns out of it. So for tickets, we have taken few of these columns which make sense and are available. So similarly, we'll be taking it for customers, contacts and alerts. So once we run all the code, we'll be getting output as each of them are successfully exported. So once it is exported, we'll be saving it to the desktop. So here we can see all the CSV file. For example, the customer CSV file have the corresponding customer ID and the customer name. Similarly, each will happen for each of the CSV file. Later on, moving on. Now we'll go and see the dashboard. So once we import the data using Google Connect, import the data into Google Sheets and connect it to Google Data Studio, we can create the dashboard. So first I have imported the logo of Blackcoffer and Atera and kept it in the capitalized header. And for filtration, I have given the customer ID and customer name respectively to choose their respective pending and closed tickets, and we can look into which of the tickets are major, minor and no impact tickets, and the average time taken to respond to a ticket or complete a ticket. So we can also see which tickets have the highest priority using this color decoration. Darker red have being the most prior, and its contrast continuously reducing to medium and low. And we can also see the alerts which are created for each of the customer ID and the server at which it has alerted, and the server uptime. We can see this alert ID particular 38,576 is CPU load alert originated at October 21, 2021 at 5:11:29 AM. So when we see here, we can choose a customer name. For example, let's look into customer ID 7. So customer ID 7 is Freedom Designs. So we can see that Freedom Designs has a pending ticket, and the average time to respond to the ticket was 25 minutes, and they have these many alerts. Thank you. It was great working with Blackcoffer. It was a good experience for me, and I continue to be doing and keep excelling at my work. My name is Sarathi TS.